Hi guys, so in today's video I'll talk about IMO preparation for grade 2. So let me quickly show you the books that I would recommend on having while preparing for IMO. So the first book is this maths workbook by MTG, and the grade is for grade 2 kids. Let's quickly have a look at the contents. So these are the topics that is covered for grade 2 kids. So the first one is number sense, second one is computation operations. So in computation operations, actually the concept of addition and subtractions are introduced, as in it covers the concept of addition and subtraction. Then comes length, weight, capacity and temperature, time and money, lines, shapes and solids, which is actually geometrical shapes. So say for grade 1 a child is supposed to know all the two-dimensional objects. So for grade 2 a child is supposed to know all the three-dimensional objects. So it has pretty good questions on three-dimensional objects. Chapter 6 would be patterns, which is again a part of logical reasoning. Chapter 7 is pictographs and chapter 8 is logical reasoning. So as I always refer to a separate workbook for reasoning, I would recommend you on having this workbook, which is specifically designed for logical reasoning questions. Let us have a look at the contents here so that we can understand what are the different topics, what are the different questions that can be asked under logical reasoning. So the first one is patterns, second one is measuring units, third is geometrical shapes, fourth is odd one out, then comes analogy, ranking test, grouping of figures and embedded figures, and coding and decoding. So these two are quite a tricky concept, and one has to pay more attention to these two chapters, because the remaining ones, as in the kids, have already been introduced in grade 1, so they don't need to worry much about the previous chapters. You have to pay more attention to chapter number 7 and 8. So let me quickly show you the questions that can be asked from patterns. So right now I'm talking only about logical reasoning questions, and then I'll come back to mathematical reasoning. So these are the questions that can be asked from patterns. So there are different patterns here. Just look at these ones. It's quite interesting, isn't it? So it looks quite simple. So these are quite interesting questions here. It's very simple. One doesn't need to stress too much on these questions. If you think too hard, you might make errors. It's very simple here. Look at the pattern that's here, that is involved in these questions. Like 3 plus 8 is 11, 2 plus 10 is 12, 3 plus 5 is 8. Then what is 7 plus to get a result as 12? So the answer is 5. So again, it's 8, 4 and 32. So it's just a multiplication thing that is involved here. So here the answer would be 4. 10 4 is equal to 10 cross 4 is equal to 40. Okay, so the next topic here. So there are lots of questions on patterns. I would advise that you should make the child practice, say, whatever questions are given here. They have around 40 questions, and every question is different. Each question has a different concept involved, so don't skip on these questions. So the next topic is measuring units, which has different it has concepts, say volume concept, then notes, money concept, reading time, telling time, and reading the calendar, and that's it, I think. So that is what is covered here. So here you go. Oh, beam balance problem as well. Beam balance. Then comes geometrical shapes. So here, these are normal questions. They have questions on curved lines and straight lines, and then three-dimensional objects. So these are very basic questions, but again, the questions are trickier in the sense that they'll ask questions where kids are quite prone to make errors. So that is that's how the questions are planned for IMO. Next topic is odd one out. It's quite a scoring topic for kids. And then We have analogy. Analogy is again a scoring topic. The child just needs to pay more attention to the question and what it is actually talking about. So next is ranking test, which was already there in grade 1. Now comes grouping of figures and embedded figures. So these are the questions. It's actually, before introducing them to multiplication, the school actually introduces kids to grouping of figures. So, over here, if you have a look at this problem, it's like how many groups of 2 toys each can be formed from the given toys. Okay, so you have to make a group of 2, and suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 10. So the answer is 10. This is again a quite scoring topic. So this can be considered as an easier thing compared to the last one that I'm showing you, coding and decoding. So it's like more of suppose if you have replaced house as kennel, so now you will, instead of calling it as house, you will call house as a kennel, and kennel will be whole, and so on. So it's more on say how much you read and comprehend the questions. And here they have similar questions, but here they have objects and pictures. So that's all about reasoning. Now I'll show you the mathematical reasoning part. So in number sense, the concepts that the child should know would be, they should know everything about say 3-digit number. Place value concept should be cleared. They should be able to read 3-digit numbers, as in 3-digit numbers, and they should compare 3-digit numbers. They should be thorough with the concept of abacus and place value. They should know even and odd numbers, and so on. So these are like very easy only if the child is thorough with place value concept. Otherwise, the child might find difficulty in answering to these questions. So that's it. So the first topic was number sense, and the second topic is computation operations, which is like addition and subtraction with and without regrouping, that is carry. So your child should be thorough with the addition and subtraction of 2 and 3-digit numbers, with and without regrouping. So this is how the questions have been framed here. That's it. The next topic is length, weight, capacity and temperature. So can be scoring if the child is paying attention to the problems. Otherwise they might make silly errors. That's it. It's very easy for them. The next one would be time and money. So the child should be able to tell time and read the calendar. So here you go. These are the questions. So the next one is lines, shapes and solids. So this has already been discussed in the reasoning workbook. Here you will find more options, more questions on this particular topic. And this is not the last one, I suppose. So the next one is patterns. You should make the child practice this question, as in this topic, a lot, because some questions here you'll say that there is a difference of 15, and it should be, as in the child should be able to answer such questions instantly, right? They should not waste any time to figure out what is the pattern involved in such questions. So that's it. Again, you have few questions from number patterns, and then you have pictorial patterns. And next is pictographs. Pictographs are quite scoring. You just need to pay attention on the objects, as in kids should not make error while they are counting these figures. That's it. So the last one is logical reasoning, which has been covered separately. in the reasoning workbook. So these, along with these two workbook, I would also emphasize on having a mental math workbook by S. Jan. Again, you'll have more questions on, say, number sense and addition, subtraction, and it does have question on, say, logical reasonings and other questions also, I think. So yes, it has everything. So I would say overall a combination of these three books would help you to crack this exam, and all you need is you have to be consistent with the practice, like practice every day, work on these questions, and then I think then you'll be able to get good marks and score 40 out of 40. So that's it, guys. I will try to talk about NSO and IEO in my next video. So thanks for watching. Bye bye. Have a good day.